I'm kissing. One might extensions that'll look like expeditions on.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Returning it, Carlos Henderson. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! All right, here we go. Green!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, here we go. 319! 319!
On 1st down, it's Lynch. And that is incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Room to run past midfield. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Right back to him on 1st down. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Calais Campbell on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
On 2nd down, here's Lynch. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
319!
On 3rd down, Lynch. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Back deep is DJ Chark. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Fournette, a first down carry. And some room to run now. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Green 80. Green 80.
Now they'll throw it. Bortles powering his way forward. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Fournette on the counter. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And now running right through it. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Green 80. 154 right here.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Lee's got it over the middle. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Bortles now on first down. Shakes off the sack. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Derek Wolfe in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
72.
Bortles to throw on second down. Going up top. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there. Bortles to lead. 44 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. Bortles will keep it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Blake Bortles, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Josh Lambo now for the point after. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. On the return is Henderson. And up past the 35, a very good return, but a penalty down. That may negate all the good work. Lynch will lead up the Broncos here with a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Set, 3-19.
Lynch to throw. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And on his first carry, he loses the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. A fumble lost last week, now a fumble lost this week. Is this just growing pains of a rookie?
It is growing pains, but they can't afford them. Not him nor his team. That means extra work during the week with his coaching staff and extra work on his head to make sure he doesn't lose his confidence. They like him. They want him to flourish.
Because you know he wants to avoid that label of being a fumble machine.
It is a label that is hard to shed, and that just means teams come after you even more, ripping and raking at the football when you're carrying it.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal.
11. Set, green 80. Green is set.
Throwing now is Bortles. And it's caught. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
So right, so right. Move.
Bortles now on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. In for the score. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And it's now 14-0. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And they'll run it here. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Myles Jack there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go now. Green.
Lynch looking to throw on 2nd. His throw incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. 3rd down here. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Out of the gun, Lynch. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Finding some room at midfield. He's at the 40, 20, and finally wrestled down at the 11. A big run by the big man Fournette. 54 yards on the ground. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, and partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Bortles going to throw. 4th down, and they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Blake Bortles on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And it's up and good. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Malik Jackson there to make the stop. Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now let's go. 3-19.
From the shotgun, it's Lynch. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down. Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The great blocking nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it? It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game. They begin with a run by Fournette. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop. Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain. Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
Let's go, let's go. Watch out. 380. They're 54 right here.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Now he's flushed out left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cole. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Bortles to Cole for the Jacksonville 1st. Two minutes to play here in the 1st half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Bortles now on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Von Miller coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Bortles gives to Yeldon on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
Check. Green 80. Move. 372. Check back 21. Back 21. Check back 21. Hey, 5-0, 5-0. 5-0, 5-0.
Shotgun now for Bortles. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And a nice gain of 21 yards. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and that'll bring up second down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Now Bortles maybe with a free play. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
372. Check. Green 80. Lucy.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10.
Let's go. Blue 90.
Now they try the right side here. And he's got some space here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Detroit.
Second down, Lynch. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Lynch on first down. Lynch fighting. He fumbles. He lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
372. 11.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Bortles. being chased out left. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, going to the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Detroit!
Final play of the half. It's Lynch looking deep for DeMint into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A.J. Bouye with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they load him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Fournette proven to be even more dangerous this year than as a rookie as the Jags come up 1st and 10.
380.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. From midfield, here's Bortles. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The pitch to Fournette. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
11.
On second down, here's Bortles. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Todd Davis Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Go left. 4 down, 4 down. Check. 73. Check. Green and check. Green and check.
From the gun, it's Bortles. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. It's Lee. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And Lambeau will put this one through, and the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Lynch. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. And he'll get nothing out of that one. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and build a play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
This is taken at about the 14. Oh, eluding the tackle. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now Leonard Fournette. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Three down. Check. Crunch.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Jaguars on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Green 80. Green 80. Rush it. Rush it. 11B. 11B.
Now Bortles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A handoff to Fournette. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Set. Green 80. Green is good.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there.
Omaha.
Here's a give to Fournette. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're on the right side.
And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And Lambeau will put this one through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
On the return is Henderson. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
We got 4. Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Throwing here, Lynch on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. From the gun, it's Lynch. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now let's go! Blue Lightning! Blue Lightning!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And McManus able to put it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
All right, here we go. 3.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And on the ground they go with a running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Check 3, check 3. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54.
And they'll go on the ground. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Right back to him on first down. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want